Okay, so glad that you guys popped on. My name is Cassie Howard, and I cannot wait to pour into you tonight and allow God to kind of lead this call and let Him lead exactly what you need to be doing this month and from here on out. So, the first thing, I know it's going to sound crazy, but I want you to close your eyes. Okay, I want every single person to close their eyes. And as people keep hopping on, I'm going to put it in the chat. Well, hang on. Let me pray first, and then we'll close our eyes because more people keep hopping on, and I don't want people to miss this first thing, this first step that we're going to be doing. So first we're going to pray. Dear God, we just want to be so grateful for this opportunity. You have guided us and directed this opportunity for your greater ministry. And we know that, Lord. We know that the enemy is going to keep attacking us because he knows that we're going to be able to pour into so many so they can feel better here on this earth and live. And we know that the enemy doesn't want us to live, Lord. And we just pray that you put every single person on our heart that is reaching out and praying right now to you, that needs us. Every single person that is reaching out to you that needs us, Lord, we pray that you put those people on our hearts as we are leading this hour into you. And dear God, just thank you for all the people that are popping on and utilizing this time to grow their business and grow everything that you have provided. And so thank you again for all that you do in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, really quick. I know this is going to be crazy, but I'm going to have you close your eyes again. This was a great little thing that we did in Gold School just recently in Nashville, and I want you to do the same. A lot of us, I know for me, got a little bit teary-eyed when I did it, and I'm going to tweak it a little bit for you tonight. So again, close your eyes. And what I want you to do, it's going to be deeper than you could ever imagine what I'm going to have you do right now. I want you to truly dream that if money and time and all of that were not an obstacle in your life right now, if you didn't feel like you had the overwhelm of everything else that's happening, what would that look like? What would your family do? What would you do? What would your children do if you have children? What would you do in your life? Like, what does that look like? I really, really think about that. And dream big when you close your eyes. Dream if money and time were not an object or an obstacle in your day, in your routine, what would that do? Now, how does that feel? Keep your eyes closed. How does that feel? I know for me, it felt exciting. It felt weightless. It felt incredible to dream bigger and dream bigger than what I feel I can do. Now, I want you to keep your eyes closed, and I want you to imagine you actually hitting that. And then you are now in Hawaii, and you're hearing the birds chirp outside of your balcony. You're hearing the waves crash at your feet by the beach. You're hearing your kids or your husband or whoever run around, and as you explore the island or explore, like you're hearing all of those chatters, and you are in the pool and you're just feeling peace. Now open up your eyes. How does that feel? I want to hear in the chat. If money and time were not an obstacle, what dreams and what things came to mind? And then I want to know, when you were in Hawaii, what did that feel like as well? I know when I did it, type in the chat, pour into, tell me what popped in or whatever. I know for me, if money and things were not an obstacle, I'll tell you a little bit about mine really quick as we start diving in. I dreamed of us owning lots of land to be able to pour into other people and have retreats and hosting, and we were able to travel around the world with our girls and show them the world that God had created that a lot of people aren't able to see. I know that I also had a heart for being able to, like, if Carissa, I'm just giving an example. If Carissa came to me and she's like, oh my gosh, our car broke down, I'd be like, don't worry about it. Let me help you. And be led to be able to help people in a way that, again, money, obstacle, time were never an issue. And then, that dream of hearing Hawaii and the sounds of the waves and being able to feel free during that time in Hawaii, what that felt like. because everything you're doing right now leads to that. It leads to everything that you're having and you're wanting for your families right now. You just have to believe that God has truly given you this as that ministry to be able to help so many other people feel better. So I'm going to read a couple of these and then we're going to dive in, because again, and I want you to write these down, truly. I mean, you can write them in the chat, keep writing them in the chat. But I think the power is when you create that vision board and create those emotions, because we are emotional people. We tap into emotion. And so whatever those emotions felt like, I can guarantee the person on the other side of your friends list is feeling those same emotions, that they wish they could able to financially help their family, financially help their marriage not be in binds and struggles and save their marriage. Everything is emotion. And so I really wanted to tap into that as we started, because we are doing this to be able to help other people get out of emotional binds that they're having. Okay, so the first one was Carissa. She said, fly all 7 of us to visit my sister in Colorado 2 times a year without a second thought. Stacy said, a beach house, travel often, anywhere. I'm guessing the other one, travel the UK to visit my brother and travel around for a few months with my family. Catherine, yes. Crystal, travel and visit family more often. I'm seeing a trend right here. Tina, having the ability to travel and see my kids and help little churches that need couples to fill in so pastors and families can take a break. iPhone, I don't know who iPhone is, but here's iPhone. Generous with our money, ability to see family, travel and own land. So many things that I would do. Another one was visit husband's family in Honduras. Okay, so another thing that Gold School happened, she had a lot of people stand up and did the same thing. Like, what would that look like? What would that dream look like? And one girl that stood out to me, she is a bus driver, school bus driver, and she is like, our schools, everything are not the same. I've been a bus driver for a long time. I just want to be able to not have to do that any longer and not have the weight of all of that, and to be able to pour into her family and get her husband to be able to work from home as well. And so think about that. Think about so many people that are praying for new opportunities and dreams. And that's what we're going to be diving into in this next hour. Okay, so if now we know October. A lot of you guys know October, correct? Raise your hand if you know the incentives for October. They include shoes, right? And again, if you're not a Nike person, great. Guess what's around the corner? It's Christmas. So you can provide Christmas gifts for so many people. So know that if you are not a Nike person, still tap into Christmas gifts that you're now being able to bless, because this amazing financial thing that you have in your hands, you can give shoes to somebody that needs shoes right now. And so October, I want you to take 2 minutes. And the thing about a new month is we all gain and create spark, right? We're like so excited, like, oh, I'm going to gain 2 shoes and I'm going to do this and this and this, right? The problem though is here comes September 30th and that spark is gone. So I want you to remember the spark that you have right now, you're going to have on September 30th and beyond, so that you finish this month strong. So for 2 minutes, I want you to write what you would say goals are for this month. And that could be, I want to bless and help 9 people. But what does that look like? Because here's the thing, in your business, you cannot grow with just customers. We all know how that looks like. You have to really pour into business mindset now and business opportunities. So for the next 2 minutes, I want you to really think about strategically what your month looks like. So I'm going to give examples. Like, for instance, I want to add 3 and help 3 of those people I've added or the month prior, go silver. And, that is tapping into that. So that duplication starts. I want to be able to then help my level 2s and 3s to be able to hit their ranks and support them in their goals. Really be specific as you're writing these down for the next 2 minutes. And as you do this, I want to read a couple more that popped in on the dreams and goals really quick. The other one, Shara said, help others in need and be able to gift, I think. Be able to craft and sponsor my cheerleaders. Craft? Okay. Stacy said, I am a retired special ed teacher, so I feel that. She felt the bus driver thing. Ashley, 12 people on my team earn Nikes. Now that is specific. 12 people. She's going to help 12 people earn those Nikes on her team. Yes, you are, my friend. Okay, 1 more minute. I know this is quick, but I want you to have the best power hour ever on this. Crystal, I want to add 6 more VIPs and help 3 of them achieve silver and also earn Nikes as well. Very specific, and it can happen. And Ashley wants to earn 2 Nikes herself. Same girl. I want to earn 2 Nikes myself. I'm going to keep and gift myself 1. And then my daughter's almost in my same shoe size, so probably allow her. And then also, if you don't know and have your husband signed up on a spouse account, you can double those. So just think about that. And I'm going to be doing the same on my husband's account too. That's my goal for this month. Stacy is like, I see her head shaking like, yep, girl. She's like, I've already got that plan specifically written down. I love it. Okay, time is up. So now here is the thing. All those goals aren't going to happen unless you reach out, right? A lot of people are like, oh, but I don't want to reach out. No. Okay, sorry. But I will tell you how many messages I get that's like, oh my gosh, Cassie, I actually was just thinking about reaching out to you because I started that conversation. Think of it as a conversation. And so for the next 15 minutes, if you do not know, Plexus provides so many corporate opportunities for you that are duplicatable that we are not utilizing. And that's what I'm going to help you utilize right now so that you can help Stacy. Let's say Stacy's brand new and she comes in and she's like, well, I have somebody possibly interested. Where do I put them? We're going to now plug them into you. And if I know every single person has heard it, and if you haven't, now you have. Why Plexus, Why Now calls. These are great opportunities that have 3 testimonies right now happening. They also share at the end how to become a VIP and what that looks like and the incentives at the end. So it's doing everything for you. And so right now, what you're going to do is you're going to try to reach out to at least 10 people to invite them into the opportunity of Why Plexus, Why Now call. And if you're like, well, when are they, Cassie? Okay, great. I'm glad you asked that question. I know them so well now because all of you on here are a leader, whether you have one person or not. You really need to get to know when these corporate calls are so that you do not miss out on these opportunities. So every single week, they are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Shara or Hannah, any of my team, can you pop the link in here really quick for the Why Plexus, Why Now calls? They're their exact same link every single night, and they are not recorded. Yes, I said that. They are not recorded. Because we all know, guarantee, who watches past recordings very often? Not a lot of people. Everybody wants that live interaction. They feel like they're seeing that thing right in that moment. So the Why Plexus, Why Now calls are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 2 different times. And so I will try, 11 Central, and then it's 8 p.m. Central as well. So then you can tap into the people in the morning time that they can actually attend those, or you can have people in the evenings attend those as well. They're very well done. And they're actually starting to try to get them even shorter. So know that they're at least 20-ish minutes because of 3 testimonies, but great calls, I promise. And honestly, if you haven't listened to one, it'll build your belief. So you have that 15 minutes. Why Plexus, Why Now? And then on top of that, if we have extra time, I really want to invite every single person you've added. I don't care if they've been added 6 months ago. Welcome to Plexus is every single Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Central. And if you need to write these down, please do. Those corporate calls are incredible, like the huddle call tonight. If you did not get on that huddle call, it's a great thing to invite all of your customers and everybody into as well. They get access to that. So welcome to Plexus is every single Wednesday at 6 p.m. This is an opportunity for every single person you just added to hear why Plexus is amazing, what the corporate things are. It's not all business. It's literally like them coming on and just sharing everything about Plexus, and Alec or Tarl or anybody speak. So please share these opportunities that we have. Shara did post the link for the Why Plexus, Why Now. Save that into your notes now. The welcome calls, if you're not on the Plexus Ambassador page or the community page, please do so. All of those calls are also there and provided. So 15 minutes, I'm going to start a timer now, and you're going to invite your potentials and then your now customers to either of those calls. And if you can, what I do and I started doing is inviting, like, let's say, I'll say Sherry. Like, okay, Sherry, you just signed up. I'm so excited for you. We actually have something called Why Plexus Why Now calls, and they are great for people to just hear a little bit more about our company, and testimonies that, you know what, you never know who might be needing that testimony that is shared that night. Do you think you might be able to have one person be able to listen to tomorrow night's call at 8 p.m.? Leave that blank. Let her reply. Then if she's like, maybe, but I don't know what to say. Like, don't worry about that. I can help you with that. But do you feel like you'd be able to have one person? Because if you do, then I'm happy to do a giveaway for her to potentially win a $5 Amazon card on me just for tuning in, or Sherry can offer that. It depends on, where they're at on that. So hope that helps. Does anybody have any questions before I keep letting the timer run and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing? Okay. Again, if you have a question, pop it in the chat. I'm going to set a timer. Okay, I'm getting some questions really quick. I'm going to answer. So the welcome to Plexus calls are usually less than 30 minutes. Almost every call we have, they really try to do less than 30 minutes. So I always tell people it's like 20-ish minutes or less. So there is that one right there. And then, yes, I will find the welcome to Plexus call and put that in here as well. I am back. Forgive me, this is my internet. I try. Everybody is off on in my house. So if that happens, I'm going to type out the next few things. It hopefully shouldn't happen again. It's just Satan trying to take over our joy, right? So I'm going to type out our next step just in case too. You have 9 minutes left on this. I was trying to get some worship music on, but maybe I shouldn't, because right at the moment I tried to get YouTube, that happened. So it might be too much trying to load. Okay, we have about 4 minutes left. How is everybody going on inviting people to the Why Plexus calls and also the Welcome to Plexus? Everything going good? Such a great duplicatable system if you really think about it. Because this is what I've learned with Genevieve's coaching that I've been doing lately is that we're almost putting too much on our plate when corporate's really trying to help empty a lot of that. And so just know that when you have a brand new person and they see everything you're doing, they're less likely to want to do all of that. So really paint a very strategical, duplicatable system. And again, if you have something that's working, great, keep doing that. But if you're like, I've been trying to grab systems for so long, what do I do, Cassie? My team knows we're really plugging into these because I want it to be so easy for Crystal. When she signs up, she knows exactly where to plug her people for the welcome calls, exactly where to plug her people for the Why Plexus calls. They're just simple. And so know that that's why we are tapping into that with our team because of Genevieve's coaching and things that I'm learning with her recently. So, okay, if you have any questions, keep diving in. I wish I could play music for you. I won't sing, I promise. I want to, but it's probably not the best. Okay, I have one question that came in. I want to clarify because if one person has this, another might. So the Why Plexus Why Now, you guys, are 3 times a week right now, 3 times a week. So they're every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at the exact same times. So if you get somebody a potential, we all know we get a potential almost daily sometimes. You now have an opportunity where they don't have to wait a week to come and hear somebody else's testimony. These are great, powerful third-party tools because you can speak your testimony all day long. We know how this is. We go to a team call and we're like, oh yeah, I've heard that, Carissa. I know. Then you hear it from Emily Gibson or whoever else, and it just, I don't know what it is. And now it works. It speaks to you. This is the exact same thing. They're hearing your testimony, they're hearing everything you have to say, and they're like, all right, whatever, Cassie, da, da, da. And you're like, you know what? Why don't you come and listen to this amazing call tomorrow night? And they're not waiting another week to hear it because we all know you're going to be able to get them in those first 24 hours. You really want to be able to plug them into something. So that is why they're 3 times a week right now. So we really want to utilize what Plexus is giving us so that we can show them that we thank them for all the power and time and effort that they put into these, that they don't have to. And yes, it is always the exact same link. This is why I save them in my notes. The Why Plexus Why Now, same link. The Welcome to Plexus, exactly same link every single week. Super easy. Okay, we're wrapping up. We have 1 minute left. Okay. Taylor really quick said, and it's on the Plexus community Facebook page. Yes, they normally announce where all of our calls are on the Plexus community page or the ambassador page. So check there. They do not live stream those 2 calls there. So know that those are the ones that they just want people there present and live. Now the Motivation Mondays and things like that, you're going to get a recording for because those are more training purposes. Does that make sense? These are things that you can plug potentials into, which are different. Okay, and your customers. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is we are now going to what we call sowing seeds. If you have not heard Genevieve talk about a winning day or know what a winning day is, I'm happy to share any of that information, or you can find tons of graphics for it. If you go to Gold School, you also get all of that information in a wonderful booklet on how to make the winning day perfect, because sometimes we feel like we're overdoing it and we're like, well, Genevieve, but I like that, but I think I'm going to do it different. I'm going to make your cake, but I'm going to take the eggs out. And she's like, great, but I don't know if you're going to have the best success that way too. So just know when there's a plan, try to stick to it and don't try to create your own thing. If it's working well, this is working well. And so she talked about this at Gold School. So the next thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing what's called sowing seeds. And now you're like, well, okay, what does that mean? This is where you're actually going to share as page, and you see that she's doing some cheer stuff and whatever, and you're not going, that's great, or congrats, or those short one words. And trust me, I know I fall into it sometimes too, and I'm busy and I feel like, well, I just commented. No, this is where you're going to now sow seeds, and you're really going to comment authentic, longer messages than you might have done before, and create conversation. Like, oh my gosh, Angie, where did you get your lash extensions? Or tell me about that. Or tell me where you get your, you know what I mean? Like, you starting conversation, because people need to know that you're not just in it for a sell. You're actually in it for a relationship. So you're going to sow some seeds for a little bit. And then the other thing, if you don't follow a hashtag on Instagram, you can follow a hashtag. If you don't know this, find a hashtag that you like hashtag get outdoors. I'm just giving you an example. And now your hashtag, if you're following that hashtag, you'll see anybody that posts that hashtag in your feed now. And so now you do that, and then you're going to comment, and I'm going to see Jennifer, and I see that she's hashtagged that, and I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, that looks like a beautiful place. Where is that? I'd love to go. Is it family friendly? You're starting conversation, because now Jennifer might start following you. She's going to go to your page and be like, who's this Cassie girl? Let me see if she's creepy or whatever, right? Either way, you're starting conversation with brand new people that you would have never done if you wouldn't have followed a hashtag. That is in what you do, your realm. You're not going to follow things that you're like, well, I hate cooking and now I'm going to follow cooking. Don't do that. Really follow something that is very strategic and that you enjoy as well outside of Plexus. Okay, so for the next 15 minutes, we are going to be doing just that. Sow some seeds, really start conversations, wish happy birthdays. I know my birthday was recently, and I'll tell you, the best ones that I got were private messages, and they were funny little videos of them singing or just something unique. You be you, right? But it was the best when it was just different than happy birthday. I hope you had a great day. Really do something unique. So do birthdays, comment, like things, because you're going to build the algorithm right now. And this is why step one for the winning day is this: you're getting social. So go do that. 15 minutes. I'm going to do a timer, so you have that, and then I'll answer any questions that you have in the chat if you have some as they come up too. Sarah Bean. Hey, Sarah Bean, it is okay. I know she was trying to post a picture in the comments and she can't. So if you want to share in just a second, that is completely fine. Another thing that I want to let you know, if you see this sheet, Genevieve talked about this. You really want this to be your first one. You don't want to go over here, because think of it like a cake. You can't put the cake in the oven if you haven't done the eggs, the milk, and whatever else applies. This builds the algorithm, and it builds to allow Facebook and Instagram know that you actually are not a spammy, you're a legit person. And so that was the one thing that I learned this weekend, was that that's why she has it in this format, so that you can build upon each other and create the perfect layers. The other thing, if you're like, well, Cassie, I don't have, because this should only take you 2 hours. If you do not have 2 hours, that's okay. Cut these in half, but you're still going to start with step one. So Sarah, I am curious how you break it down, if you have a second, really quick. If you can talk. If you can't, that's completely fine. Yes, you can unmute. You should be able to. If you can't, let me know.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Sometimes get wonky. So the way I did it, I realized that there was definitely a theme. There were social things like building the algorithm, and then like essentially ending with that self-care. And so I broke it down, starting with the social things. Let's see, I haven't texted it to Carissa. And like I'm a really organized person, so I like numbers and order and everything. And so it's like add one new contact and then do my 2 product follow-ups and then my 3 new conversations, 5, what is that? Circle back to 5. Can't even read my handwriting. Potentials, and then reach out to all the people who have engaged on the day's post. So I guess that was more people. I had that under people. And then I did socials, like post to my stories, the call to engage, post to the Facebook, a personal one Plexus, and then post to IG, and then the planning where I would brain dump and do my one training call video or podcast, and then end with the personal 20 to 30-minute tech-free activity. And so like I had to categorize everything and then get all the numbers straight. So that's how I broke it down. But I'm really glad that you said what you said about there being a little bit more of a specific order so that you do really hit those algorithms in a smart way.
Yeah, that was something that I didn't think about because it was like, okay, well, I have a little more time to do this and then I'll come back to that and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she really spoke to that this weekend of the fact that no, there's a rhyme and a reason to this and really sticking to it. And again, she's like, again, if you don't have time for the 2 hours to sit down and do that, then you quarter it or you half it or you whatever, but you follow step 1, step 2, step in the exact same order for building that algorithm. And so I love that. And here's the one thing that she had mentioned as well. And it's so true. Who loves like when convention comes out and you have exactly what time you need to be where, what time you need to be the next session. Everybody loves a layout, correct? We all need routine. And as crazy that we all need routine, even our kids. And so with this winning day, when you sit down, you're not like, okay, I have 30 minutes. What should I do? You grab and you know exactly the first step. Okay, if you only have 30 minutes, do step 1 and step 2, get to the next steps later. And so we all love routine. So that's what I have loved about this is it's created more routine for somebody unorganized, my friend. So just saying, it's been wonderful. Okay, Hannah posted in the chat, the boards, if you don't know what boards are, reach out to your sponsor or any of us and we can kind of explain what boards are, but it's a great way to stay more organized, to know exactly where everything is versus keeping so much more on your phone. It's all in one spot. It's kind of like Trello or anything like that, where it's an organizational tool where you can now have all of your welcome graphics, all of your customer care graphics and things like that in one spot. And so she's created some boards for us on like the winning day, why Plexus, why now, things like that. So the links are in the chat. So thank you, Hannah. Okay, let me see where we at on time. Okay, we have about 5-ish minutes. Last thing I forgot to say, that might be an unpopular opinion, but I promise it's for a reason. Go unfollow all your Plexus friends. Okay, let me tell you why. I'm just going to say it because here's the thing. You're telling the algorithm the Plexus people are more important than your prospects and your customers. And so then the algorithm is only going to show you everybody you're commenting and liking on. And if that's more Plexus people than other people, then that's what the algorithm is going to give you. So I highly recommend, and I know this is hard, I get it, but follow the one or two, Plexus ambassadors you love and get inspiration from, or make sure to keep a note of like, go ahead and unfollow them. And you're going back to them and you're like, okay, wait, I haven't seen like Jordan Roddenberry or whoever that you love to follow. I'm like, I need something inspirational. And then you go back to them, but you can still unfollow them. You can still be their friend. Unfollow is different, you guys. You can still be their friend. But I promise you, if you go through and spend some time tonight outside of this, it's not in my power hour plan. Spend some time tonight, just start unfollowing like 5 or 6 of your Plexus people. And you'll see by tomorrow, you're like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen Stephanie in over a year. Well, that's why, because you've been commenting on Plexus people. And you're like, oh my gosh, congrats, which is great. We all need that, right? But go start doing that. And then I also stopped having our team comment on each other's posts as much for the same reason. Because again, you're telling that algorithm all of that. I think of it this way. When you see other companies, I hate almost saying names, but Pampered Chef or Savvy or anybody, right? Anybody other than Plexus. And then you're looking and they're like 20 comments. Think of the feeling you feel when you look at those comments and you're like, that girl's savvy, that girl's savvy, that girl's Pampered. They're all in the same company. That's why they're congratulating, you know what I mean? They're not authentic as much. Don't get me wrong. It's great to still do that. I still do that for new people. Like, let's say Tina is a brand new newbie of mine. Of course, I'm going to have my team go shout her out and make her feel like she's a part of a great community. And for a little bit, I will probably have myself and maybe 1 or 2 more if it's a pertinent post that they have to. I'm like, oh my gosh, she just shared her results. Can y'all go check, and go look or go comment? Maybe do that, but don't do that often. I'm not going to be doing that for my big business builders or anything like that unless it's a huge accomplishment. So I know I stepped on some toes just now. Promise I got stepped on my toes too, because I'm such a people pleaser and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings or anything, but I promise you're actually going to see your people when you do this. You're going to be able to have more people in your funnel when you do this too. Okay, we have literally 1 minute left, and then we're going to jump into the next one. So take some time, maybe make a little note to unfollow people tonight if you can. I did this for like an hour last few weeks ago, and I saw so many new people in my algorithm because of it. All right, Carissa, yes, she had said the exact same thing that I was saying, like keep following the jewels that you get inspiration from, like, and you can follow and create your own posts. So definitely keep doing that, but not everybody. Okay, next thing that I want to do, time is up, 9:15. We're going to jump into the next thing. And the next thing, you're probably going to have your armpits sweaty. I get it, but we have to do it to build a business, right? You can find product takers all day long, but how do you grow a business? You grow a business by finding other business builders. Are you actually finding new business builders? When you start conversation, are you looking for more business builders? Are you asking the question? Are you implying to them that you see them as an amazing fit for this community and explaining why? Because if your business is not growing, that could be the thing you're not doing. And so all of our team knows that when you are signing somebody up, let's say I sign Taylor up. I'm like, okay, Taylor, I want you to know how excited I am for you. Your products are triplex, you're going to love it. But I want you to also know most people fall off because of finances. And I never, ever want finances to get in the way of your health journey. So I want you to know that I pride myself in helping every single person get their products covered. If that is something that you would love to have an open conversation about, I would love to be able to do that for you. And you can ask a question at the end if you want to, or just leave it at that. But that is not a, I want to do business with you all the time, right? It is a little plug in to our community and you being able to help them. Now that's just a small one. The bigger ones are like, let me find somebody. Cindy, I see you on social and I see you just posted about, you and your husband and leading ministry. And I just want you to know, I see so much potential in you and you be able to share God's word with so many more people in a larger aspect. If you're open to hearing more a little bit about what I do, I'm opening a couple leadership spots, and I truly believe that you could be one of them. Are you open to hearing more about that, or having a conversation about that? That is business. You want to open a business, but tapping into emotion. Look at what they're posting. Are they dropping off their baby at daycare and they're posting like, oh my gosh, I hate leaving him and I can't wait to pick him up every single day. That is an open invitation to you to bring exactly what we have for them. So I'm going to have you do something scary and actually reach out about the business to 1 to 3 people. And you're going to do that scary thing and tell them exactly what and why you started doing this. Think about what they would start doing this for. What is their emotion that is holding them back from having a life that we could possibly create for them? So really tap into that. 1 to 3. And then I want for you, this is what I loved at Gold School. Every single person popped up when they got a response back. You don't have to pop up on here and, we play like the hippo thing game, right? We're not going to be doing that, but I want you to shout out in the comments if you can, or get a response back when you have somebody that you reached out to about the business. They're like, sure, tell me more. Because I pray that you get some tonight. We have prayed before the beginning, and we're going to make sure that we keep leading with the business. Christina, can you possibly send me that quick verbiage? I'm going to try, my friend. Genevieve, it made me feel so good when she was like, nope, go watch the recording or go watch whatever. Because she's like me, I have no idea what I just said. I'm going to try my best to reply and give you some verbiage here in the comments close to what I said, so that at least you have something to go off of. But no, the biggest thing is I pride myself, if you're going more of they just got their products, I pride myself in helping every single person get their products paid for. If you want to have an open conversation about that, I'd love to be able to help you. Or 2, that, Hannah, I see you, with all of your children and all of your kids and all the work that you're doing. I didn't know I never know what God, and this is another reason I don't know what I say, I never know what God is leading or having people search for, but I believed that your name came to my mind for a reason. And I never knew if you might be open to a possibility of doing something like I do. And, I think that you would be a great leader in our industry because of XYZ. Are you open to that conversation? Again, you can tell me no, that's completely fine, but your name came up and I thought I would extend the invitation just in case, something like that. You want to keep it to where I've tried to really not say interested anymore. I'm saying open. Because open really leaves an open door, where I feel like interested now is like that. Oh, I don't know if I'm interested. I don't know. But if I'm open, I might be open to hearing a little bit more. It's a less intense word than interested, if that makes sense. And yes, Christina, you're okay. I totally will type out what I can. It's just one of those. Sometimes it just flows out and I have no idea what I just said. So I will try to type out a few of those here in the comments right now.
Cassie, I was just sending that to somebody and she just was trying to order and she looked at the price and she said, oh no, I've got another bill I've got to pay. And you were saying that and I just hit the little thing so it would just copy what you said. And I sent it to her after I fixed it up a little bit. So
That is smart, my friend. Smart. Can you post that in the comments? That's what I was typing out just now.
I don't know how, because I was doing it on my phone. I don't know how to do
Oh,
that.
I see. You know what you can do? What I do? Send it to yourself in Messenger. If nobody knows that, you can totally send things to yourself in Messenger. Send it to yourself in Messenger. And then if you have Facebook up on whatever device that you're using, you can grab it in Messenger and put it in the chat. And if you can't, I've already have most of it typed out, so don't worry. But that was a
Just go ahead.
smart
Just go
thing.
ahead, because
Okay.
I'm afraid I'd mess something up.
Nope, you're okay. Good job on that. Look at you. That's like me when Genevieve starts saying something. I'm like, "Ooh, record," because I know I have to watch the recording to get it back. So I'm like, anyway. Okay, I'm going to type out the next one.
She just said yes, she'd want to hear more.
Girl, see? And this is how we start building a business, because we are not afraid of helping other people in their finances. I am so proud of you.
And now I don't know what to send her.
Oh, okay, I can help you. So here's the next step. Okay, here's the next step. Do not worry. This is something that I feel like people are afraid of, but it's something that's so duplicatable. We have to make easy. Okay, we don't want to overwhelm them and send them all kinds of trainings, videos. No. It's like, okay, great. Do you know of 1 to 3 people or 1 to 5 people that are struggling with their health that would love to do this alongside of you? That's it. I have found less is more. You want to banter. You want to not give them 20 million paragraphs. It's literally like, do you have any other friends or family that, would love to do this, or suffering or having issues the same alongside of you, that would love to do this alongside of you? This was something we talked about in the car on the way back to Nashville, of like, that is a lot of our problem. Mine too. Trust me, it's not something that I have learned overnight. You have to banter conversation and really tap into, okay, well, here's this. And then she's like, yeah, sure. I think I have a couple of people. Well, great. There actually is a call. Here's where the Y plexus happens. There actually is a call tomorrow morning. There's two times. I don't know what's going to work best for them, but let's go ahead and send them a message. And it's going to be something like, hey, friend, I know that you struggle with XYZ, and I'm just starting a new health journey, and I'm pretty excited about it. There's some testimonies happening tomorrow night that I would love to have you tune in with me or listen with me. You can even listen while you're doing laundry. I can send you the link over so that we can watch it together. Does that sound something that you would like to do with, to come and listen with me? Something simple like that. Because if you give them everything, you're going to overwhelm them. And they're like, whoa, wait, I thought you just said X, Y, right? We want simple. And so that's what I would do, is send them something to that nature.
Okay.
I'm so proud of you. Who else? Did anybody else get anybody else yet? And if not, it's okay. Keep doing it. I'm going to type in the next one. Okay, in the chat, I posted each scenario, one of when somebody's ordered their products, and every single person usually have financial issues in month 2 or 3, and they're like, it didn't work, finances anyway, I can't afford the 130. This is where you really need to start this conversation day one, so that when they're like, all right, Cassie, there's a subscription that just went out and I wasn't looking forward to paying $130. What's going on? I just had this the other day. And I stopped her and I said, whoa, friend, I can help you. And I was able to help get her out of her emotions and calm her down and let her know that I could help her get her products covered or paid for if she was willing to do what I asked her to do. Because that's really the thing. They have to be willing to do the things. That's the only way that you're going to help them get their products covered. But you pride yourself in helping every single person on your team that is open to doing the things do that. And then the next one is more of a business lead, a business reach out. And that's where that is. My timer went off already. And I know when these power hours, I'm like, wait, but I'm not done. I totally get it. But I'm really trying to make the best of this. Make a little notation of you coming back to this, because this is how you're going to grow your business. Come back to this moment so that you can keep reaching out, even if you stay longer after our call and do that on your own. So the next thing, you've reached out to hopefully and talked about the business the last few minutes that we've done. The next thing is to build the algorithms, is a great little tip. And I'm not going to spend as much time on this, but it's just going to help you. I want you to go in stories and just start scrolling and start interacting with people in their stories. Like, oh, where is this at? That ice cream looks amazing. What flavor is that? Where can I get it? Start having conversation with people. Stories is the easiest way because you never know who's coming next. Whether you're on Instagram or on Facebook, really start building that algorithm and commenting in people's stories. We're only going to take 3 minutes on this because I want to finish with a couple more things and try not to be too much over our hour. So let's finish strong. Stories right now. Okay, we're closing in like 30 seconds. I know that was fast, but here's one that popped up and I thought I had to share. Hopefully it's not backwards for y'all. Quote of the day. This was in one of my friend's story. Pressure is a privilege. It means things are expected for you. So I just thought that was really neat. Okay. So continuous stories. Again, if you're like, oh my gosh, I only got like 2 done, that's okay. Go back, take some time on this with your winning day stuff later. I really wanted to have time to do some follow-up because I feel like that's sometimes things that don't get done enough, like following up with your customers, potentials, things like that. I just want you to know, spend time later if you can, dive in and touch with emotion. you don't want to be salesy and talk about products and, oh my gosh, there is, $50 savings this month, blah, blah, blah. Don't get me wrong. I do that often sometimes too, but you have to rein back on why do they need these products? Why do they need you to help coach them? Tap into emotion of like, Tina, I know that you've been struggling with this. What's holding you back? I know that your body, you said that you really wanted, you to not be bloating and having headaches any longer. So what can I do to help ease your mind on that and to move forward? Not like, oh my gosh, Tina, there's only 20 minutes left. It's 20, I have $50 left. Do you want the sale right now? That is like a QVC commercial, right? My grandma used to watch QVC all the time, and that sometimes work on some people. But if you want long-term success, you need the people that you're tapping into those emotions with. So think about having time to do that later. But the last thing that I want you to do is two things. I want you to go look at your Facebook. Anything QVC related, like I'm looking for 3 people, there's a $50 sale, any of that, go delete. Take a screenshot of who liked it and commented, but go delete it. Because the last thing that you want is you to scroll and all you see is Plexus. Because when you were asking friend, like you see the suggested friends and now you have a brand new friend, or you met somebody in Hawaii that is at the hotel and now she sees your channel and she's like, I don't know if I want to follow that girl. You need to make sure that you're not QVC and you are selling your business in a way that is relatable. And so take some time later, look at all of your posts and make sure that you have a very good balance of Plexus, but also your life. You have to have a life outside of Plexus. Post those things. And then the last thing is you need a guideline and you need to know where you're going. Without a goal, without anything that is attainable, you have to write down what that looks like, or it's muddy. And you're like, well, I'm just going to try to hit gold again this month. Well, honey, do you have a specific plan and anything for that? If you don't, it might not happen, or you know what I mean? So the one thing that I love that Genevieve has been having us do are these roadmaps. And if you don't, hopefully you can see that. It's in your virtual office. Another thing Plexus gives us all the time, everything is in your virtual office. Go find this. It is called the roadmap. Just look in the help center and type in roadmap. This gives you a guideline that you want to do, and you want to know, okay, by December, I want to be gold. By next month, I see that I'm just going to say Sarah Bean. I'm just saying whoever. Sarah Bean says she's going to go silver. I'm going to put her name on here. Make this your team roadmap for your level ones as well. You have a goal of going here by a year, but now you have all of your teammates because they've told you their roadmap and where they want to be in the next 90 days. So really plug those people in really small on each side. Like, Shara says she wants to be here by December, and Taylor said she wants to be here by January. And you know what I mean? Start plugging in what their roadmap looks like as well as yours. Because again, if you do not know where you're going, your team doesn't know either. So I hope and I pray that you guys had an awesome time tonight. You got a lot of work and knowledge in. Tomorrow there is great launches happening. Spend some time too on letting all of your people know, because the last thing that you want, I promise this has happened to me, is Sarah Sue come to you and she's like, what? There was a new flavor and you didn't tell me? Okay. You can post all day long in your team pages. You can do whatever you can, but if you do not reach out personally, they gonna miss it. And you could possibly have a brand new or old customer that hasn't ordered in a while that now wants to try the new berry flavors. And if you don't know about this, if you weren't on the huddle call, Plexus had a huddle call today. It's another corporate thing that every single month they offer. And it's great because Dr. Hartman always shares science-y things that a lot of us don't know very well. And it's always good to learn and gain from, and have your customers learn and gain from as well. Tag them into those or plug them into those huddle calls. Okay. You have the Berry Brave Active, and then you have, it's a pine berry. Then you have the Strawberry Lemonade Collagen. So different things for breast cancer awareness. So think about how you're posting this month. Post breast cancer awareness things. Really tap into that and share that. And then I had something else, but it's gone, and that's just my life. I have like the huddle call. Oh, book club. Tap into book club this month. The one thing that I love is this is for potentials too, not just yourself, not just your customers. Have your happy potentials that you love, your friends and your family, hop on these book clubs too, because if they can see what corporate and things do for you, they're going to be like, no wonder, Cassie, that you've been with them for almost 7 years. They do a lot for y'all. Book club, all this stuff. What? Yeah, they do. Have your happy potentials, customers, business builders on the book club that's happening this month. Go find the graphic and go find what times, because you, my friends, are leaders, and we are going to go look for those things and utilize them. Okay, I'm glad that you guys came, and happy October. It's crazy. It's October. Let's go hit those goals. Bye, guys.